After a long journey around the outside of the map, we have come to a place that very few in Red Dead Online have made it to. The northeastern side of the map. And at the moment, it looks normal. Doesn't look different at all. But trust me, what you're about to see is something you probably haven't seen yet in this game. And most of you probably know about the little adventures that myself, Kane, Apollyon, Cormac, a few others have been going on. But this one, I am really excited to show you. Now, I had a few attempts on my own in order to try to get over here. One failed miserably, sliding through the map around the snowy area of the mountains. But Sunday night, Tank Engine Jr. and I made it all the way around the map, starting down in Gaptooth, breaching the wall, getting some horses, and then taking the long trek up north, and then finally getting around the mountains, and then going east all the way to this destination. By the way, if you want to see the full journey, well, check out Kane's channel and his stream. He, Dark Apollyon, myself, Cormac, we went on a similar journey a few days ago during his Canada live stream. That's what he called it. I don't really know if you can count this as Canada. It's just the name of what they call the area north of the map in Red Dead Online. So check out his live stream if you just want to see the journey for yourself. Because Tank Engine Jr. and I went on a very similar path. And you're not really going to see much different. And if you're just wanting to know how to get over here, that's the best bet. Plus, I would also recommend another video or a couple videos from a YouTuber named Tag. You've probably heard of him. Tagback TV, I think that's his full name. Great YouTuber. I really do like him. He plays a lot of games. He also plays Red Dead Online. And he's been able to go over the wall and go to Mexico. And also, he made it part of the way to Canada. Now, here's where we are right now on the map. That's where Tank Engine Jr. and me are at this point. Yes, as you can tell, we are way beyond the border, like northeast of Vannsburg, where the Lanahatchee would technically end. And down below, you may see some landmass across the water. And that landmass, a lot of people, including Kane, Polly, and myself, and others, speculate that that might actually be Guarma, where Guarma is technically parked on the map. Those are just pelicans. And there are animals that exist beyond the border. Most of the time, you'll find them stationary, like deer, pronghorn, goats, smaller animals, even predators like wolves, bears, cougars. And even though they'll appear, the red dot will appear and your wild horse will be startled, they won't attack you, but it's usually best to just go ahead and take out those animals so that you can calm your horse down. Now, this is obviously going to be kind of a, I guess you could say, a faux live stream of sorts, because it's going to go on for like 30 minutes. But I hope you guys enjoyed the journey. So a couple things I would like to tell you. If you want to try to get over the barrier yourself, some advice for you. Go watch Tag's videos. He shows you how to do it. And it's a lot of trial and error. It's going to require some persistence, some dedication, stubbornness, some dumb luck. All the above, because you might be able to get it within 5 minutes. It may take you 50 minutes to finally get over the barrier. And there's several steps that you have to go through. And once again, Tack walks you through those steps in his videos from about a month or so ago when he went to Canada and Mexico. I think he also tried to go to Guarma. And I've also tried to go to Guarma the other day during my Beyond the Wall live stream. But unfortunately, Rockstar's made it to where we can no longer go to Guarma. Now, a few months prior, during the beta back in January on the Xbox One, another junior, I have several juniors in my community. We call him OG Junior. He was able to take me to Guarma. So I also have a video of that trip to Guarma if you guys want to go check out Guarma in Red Dead Online before Rockstar patched it and made it to where we can't get over there. But you can also check out Kane's streams the past couple days, Dark Apollyon streams, or he's going by Apollyon now, so Apollyon streams, and my videos going outside the wall of the map, the border, the barrier, whatever you want to call it, in a brand new playlist. So check it out if you want to. If you're just curious about what lies beyond the standard border of Red Dead Online, beyond the map. You know, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this for too long, because I get the feeling that once the update comes, they're probably going to patch this. They're probably going to make it almost impossible for you to actually get over the barrier down in Gaptooth. So this is something that you got to enjoy while you still can, because, yeah, it's our ability to go across the barrier is probably coming to an end very, very soon with the summer update hopefully arriving soon. Hopefully. But until then, we're bored, trying to find ways to entertain ourselves, and the explorer in me just felt compelled to go and roam around outside the map. And when Kane, Polly, and I made it this far, it was foggy. So we really didn't see any of this. And we kept going south on the Lanahatchee back towards the border. Unfortunately, Kane fell over the edge into the water. He died. And then I DC'd, and Pauline got to see some of this. But this is just the beginning. What we're seeing right here in front of us is just the beginning of this particular journey that we're about to go on. I had no idea how far northeast you can actually go. And it's just beautiful and amazing to look at. And I just can't believe how big this world actually is. So there's a peninsula right there. We think that that might be Guarma on the other side of the map, where they've put Guarma. But Apollyon tried it during Kane's stream, and he said that there's a wall there, an invisible wall, that prevented him from getting across the water to the peninsula. So he was unable to get over there. But right here, I mean, this is a beautiful shot here. Just looking at it in all its glory. And for the life of me, I don't know why Rockstar just won't let us go to Guarma. It's the same thing with North Yankton. Well, North Yankton was a lot less developed, and to some degree so is Guarma. But it's just like, Rockstar's like, you can't go to North Yankton Grand Theft Auto Online. But people tried, and they tried to go to North Yankton until Rockstar once again made it almost impossible. The same scenario has arisen with Guarma. Now with Mexico, at the moment of recording this video, before the summer update comes out, whenever that comes out, hopefully sooner rather than later, we're still able to go to Mexico. You know, go down south around what I call the Void, go around the San Luis River, and then get into Mexico. And we've done some journeys throughout Mexico, including my Beyond the Wall video. Paulian did a video on it, Kane did a video on it, and for the most part, Mexico's pretty stable map-wise. There are some low-res areas that you have to be mindful of when you're riding around. And if you're not careful, you could accidentally find yourself falling through the map and being sent back to Saint Denis or somewhere else within the map itself and having to start over. But as you can tell, we're going to continue to go northeast further and further on this journey. And you can tell right now how far it is. I mean, look how far the map goes. It just goes on and on. Now, as we go further northeast, you're going to notice the low res that awaits us. So, a couple other pointers that I'd like to let you know about before you decide to take a journey across the border. Whether you want to take the southern trek all the way around the bottom to Mexico, or the northern trek, which in my opinion is the more difficult one. There's a predator down there. So, anytime you see a predator outside the border, they're not going to attack you, but they will startle your horse, and you want to deal with them. So you want to deal with them because these wild horses are low-tier horses like Kentucky Saddlers, Tennessee Walkers. I think those are the two types of horses that you can break in, and they probably startle really, really easily. So you want to take them out. So I think it's a cougar down here, if I remember correctly. But a couple pointers is, before you go on the trip, make sure you have plenty of food for you to feed the horse. And you want to break in the horse yourself so you have the ability to feed it. Okay, it's an American black bear, not a cougar. Okay, so it wouldn't have harmed us anyways, but for some reason American black bears appear as a red, even though they never attack. You know, alligators will attack, grizzlies will attack, wolves and cougars will attack you. But for the most part, black bears are harmless. They just run away. But, you know, whatever, Rockstar. So you want to make sure you have plenty of wild carrots or regular carrots or hay, or apples, or fruits, vegetables, in order to, or herbs. Some herbs you can actually feed to your horse. So you want to make sure you have plenty of that to feed to your wild horse to keep them, alive, keep the stam up, keep the health up whenever you have issues on the journey. And that's a very important reason why you want to break it in. Now, as you can see right there, an obvious border. You can see the water and how interesting that is. So as you can see, yeah, we're going to start to get really deep into it across that border. Now, right here, obviously, I was kind of cautious because it looks very low res compared to the rest of the map. And one thing I like to do in this situation is probably pull out a fire bottle. Now, Tank's being Tank as usual. I swear. So I was very cautious here about trying to go over the wall, the barrier. It's not really a barrier. It's just something to be mindful of. But once again, if you look in the distance, you can see how far it actually goes. So make sure you have plenty of food for the horse. You also want to cook plenty of meat for your own character, or go buy food like canned strawberries or canned peaches or beans or whatever you prefer eating. Make sure you have plenty of food for your horse and plenty of food for you, especially when you're going through the northern part of the map in the snow when it gets cold. If you haven't switched to a winter outfit before you go on this journey, yeah. So if you feel unsure about something, always throw a fire bottle and it will guide your way. And it'll let you know whether or not it's safe to traverse most of the time. So it looks like it's okay for us to cross over. So I'll probably do that in just a second. But I just don't want to end up falling over because I'm so curious about how far it goes. But at the same time, caution is another thing I would advise on these trips. Because eventually if you go far enough north of the map or far north west or east or whatever direction you're going to go, you're going to come across what I call the low-res lands and areas that obviously are very low-tier graphic. I would say maybe like Grand Theft Auto 3D graphic, like 3 Vice City San Andreas. You will notice the difference graphically of the textures of the ground, and you just go by that and just try to avoid that. Now this is kind of a lower texture here. It's not too bad, but it will start to deteriorate the further northeast we go. Trying to see how far this will take us on this journey. And if you're enjoying the journey so far, a like would be very much appreciated. And it was a lot of fun doing this over the past few days, all these different journeys and adventures that some of us have been on. Some of them were during streams with Polly and Kane, my stream, and a few of them, obviously, I did off stream with Tank Engine Jr. here, and a few others. And I guess, like I said, I have kind of a wanderlust in me. I like exploring. I like the idea to go places that I guess we're not supposed to go. And I don't think Rockstar wants us to go up here. But it's not harming the game. It's not game breaking. It's not like some sort of money gold glitch. But at the same time, Rockstar's probably not happy that there are players in Red Dead Online that are going beyond the wall, the barrier, the border. But if you had a chance to do this as well, to take the northern or southern trek, what are your thoughts about your adventures? Did you enjoy what you saw? Did you have a good time? And how many times have you done it? Is it worth all the trouble that you go through trying to get past the first couple of steps, like trying to get over that barrier down in Gaptooth? Because that's where we started, all the way down in Gaptooth. And then trying to get unstuck from the wall. And then trying to find a wild horse to break in. I think it's worth it, even if it does take you a quick minute to go through all the steps. Because once you get free, then you feel really free to venture whichever direction you want to go. You want to go check out Mexico and see what Mexico's like? Or you want to come up here and look at this, the water and trees underneath the water. It's crazy. So once again, going to keep showing you guys where we are throughout the video. That's where we are right now. So we're going to keep going northeast on this journey. And once again, I don't know why I'm showing you again, but anyways. So, yeah, we're kind of far up here. Kind of far. And a lot of people don't even realize that you can go this far for now. But like I said, things start to get very, very interesting graphically the further we go. And you can tell that the water looks a little strange now. There's kind of a border. Now, if we were to go down there, and we will near the end of the video, if you actually run under there, it actually will put you into the water. It's very strange, but I guess that's video games and graphics and technology and digital coding and everything else that makes a video game a video game. And that's another reason why I've enjoyed these trips, is because as a lifelong gamer, I've always been curious about the development process, what happens behind the scenes in I guess the kitchen, supposedly. And like, you enjoy the meal, but there are times when you want to go back and you want to, go into the kitchen and watch the chefs making it and seeing everything that they have to put into it to make it an awesome meal or an awesome video game. And you kind of get a slice of that here. You kind of get, I guess, a peek behind the curtain. A peek that they probably don't want you to do, but we'll do it anyways. So that's the way I look at it, is the fact that we can just go here for now and venture around. Now, if you try to go to Guarma, like I mentioned a moment ago, they've gotten to the point now to where they've actually set up safeguards that'll send you into like a black screen abyss and then teleport you back to Saint Denis. But it's still kind of cool to go roam around Mexico and then go really south and then go east until you get to the very edge of Guarma on the other side of the map, like I've done in a previous stream. But that's as far as you can go, and poor Tank is having problems. He's trying to get up the hill. But still, I mean, look how far we've come, and yet there's still land beyond. There is no edge of the world. It just keeps going and going and going. And we're trying to wait for Tank to get up here. Hopefully he'll make it. Will he make it? No, he didn't. RIP. Oh, poor Tank. He didn't make it. He got further this time than our first attempt. Our first attempt, he ended up getting disconnected in the snow. And I ended up, I think I ended up by the Adler farm before I slid through the border by accident. So one of the other tips is always be mindful of the map when you're traveling outside the map. Put waypoints and be mindful of the border. Be patient when traveling, especially through the snow. And don't be afraid to backtrack. If you feel like you're at a dead end, backtrack a little bit. And if you feel like you need to go back to the border of the map, the edge of the map, do so. But always put a waypoint in front of you so you know how far you can go. And then stop and then look at your surroundings. And it's kind of like a trial and error situation. And once again, I plug Kane's video, his live stream, where him, Apolly, and Cormac and me, we took the journey across the map. We never made it up this far, but we did make it a little bit south of here. But yeah, if you want to know how it works. I was tempted to put like a quick 4 or 5 minute video just showing you the quick highlights of the journey, but I decided against it because this video was going to be long enough already, as you can tell. But I wanted to keep all this in here, and I hope you guys appreciate that, just to see it all. Because, like I said a moment ago, this is something you're not going to see on a regular basis, and you may never see this again in Red Dead Online after the summer update, after they patch it, after they prevent us from being able to go over the barrier. Now, I don't think it's wrong of them to do that. They have every right to do that. It's their game. It's Rockstar's game. They have a right to prevent us from going over the barrier. But until then, no harm in taking a little peek, right? And that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking a rather long peek here. So I did think about editing this video a little bit more, but then I'm like, you know what? If you enjoy it, then you're probably sitting here with me, enjoying the ride, and looking at it, and in awe about how far the map actually stretches beyond the barrier. And I would love to hear your thoughts below in the comments section. So feel free and chime in with what you think about the length of the map. And did you imagine it ever going further than this whenever you have been playing the game for the past few months? Whether it's Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Online since the launch of the beta. So yeah, as you can tell, it keeps going. But as you can tell, also, it's going to get very, very low res soon. So we are approaching almost as far as we can go. But we still got a little bit more ways to go. We still got a ways to go. And I do appreciate all of you being here and during the video with me. I guess those of you that watch me on a regular basis, my live streams, it's kind of like a mini live stream for you. It's a mini 30-plus minute live stream. And it's also better than nothing, right? It's absolutely better than no video at all, no content, or never ever getting to see what's beyond the barrier that I wanted to show you while we once again look at the map, giving you an idea of exactly how far away we are. I mean, we are really heading towards the edge right now. The edge, the limit. And at this point, I'm actually surprised that I'm still able to keep going, because I thought that a similar situation would arise, similar to when I approached Guarma, that eventually I would get like teleported back to Saint Denis. But right here, even up here, like this far north of the map, you can still see how detailed it is. There's still trees, there's still bushes, there's still grass. I haven't come across as many animals up here. But at the same time, it's still amazing to have a look at all this. And I did think about going and looking at other like northern parts of this region, but I was more fixated on the northeast part because I feel like the rest of that was just more of the same, more trees, more rocks, more bushes, until we got to the low-res lands up here, as I like to call it. But we'll go up here real quick and give you guys a sight. So yeah, like I said, more trees, more rocks, hills. And honestly, I mean, I knew that the game, map-wise, was big enough already. And Mexico is huge, and right now it's just a skeleton. But even, you know, going through Mexico the other day, you can see that Rockstar could easily eventually bring Mexico to life. I mean, they have so much detail over there. The rock formations, as well as spots where you would see towns like Escalera, the cemetery, other places as well from Red Dead Redemption 1. And even, I guess you could say, kind of a skeleton version of El Presidio, the fortress, the castle that you can see across the river. You can see that. So hopefully eventually, at the very least, we will be able to go to Mexico one day as a future expansion for Red Dead Online. Maybe even like a story DLC. Like for like Red Dead Redemption 1, like 10-year remaster. I know that's a rumor out there. Whether or not it's true or just a rumor, a hope, a dream, remains to be seen. But I would very much like both. A 10-year anniversary remaster of Red Dead Redemption 1, I guess packaged as a story DLC for us to download. At the same time, giving Red Dead Online a Mexico expansion, maybe in 2020. Maybe the summer of 2020, that might be the thing. Or maybe not. But we'll probably never be able to come back up here again. And it's kind of a shame, but at the very least I wanted to show you all what is up here, in case any of you were ever curious about, like, hey, I wonder what lies beyond the northern border. Because you can tell that there's hills and there's still trees going up, even though you can't get up there unless you go a certain way. And by the way, those of you wondering, how long does this take? It took us a while. I would say from all the videos that I did, recording it start to finish. I'll go ahead and look at that real quick. So calculating that, I would say easily it took about I'd say at least an hour to get to this point, to get at least to like where we were at the beginning of the video, to getting all the way around the map, from the south, from by Gaptooth all the way north and around the mountains, and then heading east once we got past the snow regions of the Grizzlies. It took probably roughly an hour. Now, if someone's gotten really good at this and have practiced it and know all the tricks, especially when it comes to the mountain regions of the snow, because it can be very treacherous, and there are times whenever the weather's like really bad and there's like this huge, I guess, blizzard happening. I guess it depends on what the weather is in the game, and you practically can't see anything in front of you. So you have to go really, really slow on your horse, or you have to simply just stop moving and just wait for it to pass. Like I said, to get this far requires a lot of patience and dedication, stubbornness, and just to get over the barrier, luck. I mean, you can try it a couple times, get over, or you can be sitting there for a few minutes. And there's a lot of people that I know that have tried and haven't been able to do it. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to get over the barrier a few times, obviously with some help from Polly and Kane, Cormac, and Tank. And I've also helped them too. So sometimes the roles have reversed. I managed to get over the barrier first, and I was able to help them get off the wall. Now, sometimes you can get off the wall by yourself, like Tag shows in this video. But here's an example of us being under the water here. So see, that's exactly what I was telling you about a moment ago. The moment you go underneath the water, it turns literally into water, and then when you go out, it bounces back. It's actually quite interesting. It's quite cool. So we are at almost the very edge of the map, almost as far as we could possibly go, because you can see how low res all that is right there. It's extremely low res. But like when I first saw all this, I was amazed. And I still am looking at it right now, even though this is all recorded and I'm just voicing over it. But I was so happy to get past the snow last night. And the moment I got past the snow, like my mood changed. Because it was just like having to struggle, going back and forth and enduring through the snow, going up ridge lines and trying to find a way around this and that. And once we got past the snowy parts and we were able to just go straight, Tankage and Junior and me. And I'm sad that Tank didn't make it this far. But at least, Tank, you're watching. You can see what I saw, even though I did post screenshots of all this in the Discord. But once we got to where we began this journey a few minutes ago, yeah. Look how far we are. Yeah, it put a smile on my face. It really did. And I hope it's putting a smile on your face, too. So, yeah. And if anyone's watching from Rockstar, and before you get too mad at me, I just want to say this. I'm a huge Rockstar fan, and I've been a fan of your games since the very first Grand Theft Auto back when you were DMA. Like all the Grand Theft Autos, the Red Deads, Bully, etc. And I admire the work that the development teams at Rockstar does. And this shows how dedicated they are, how far the map goes, and how detailed it is. And it also gives us a little behind the scenes, a small peek. Now you can see the water's different here, and you can see how now it's a little deep. So there's different water types. I guess this is similar to the water that might surround Guarma. And I don't think we can go over there because it's extremely low res. Anything that's like really low res, I don't think we can make it to. Plus the water starts to get really, really deep. And with this horse, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it. But fortunately, we can just cross the water barrier from the brown water to the blue water. And you can see right there, yeah, how it just changes. So yeah, this is basically the northeast edge of the map. It's as far as I could go. But this was quite the journey. Quite the journey. And I'm so glad that I was able to show this to all of you. And I hope you've enjoyed it with me. It's not something that most of you have gotten to see. And most of you probably will never be able to go on this journey yourself, especially once, like I mentioned, Rockstar patches it. But at the very least, you know, that's what YouTube's for. That's what humble content creators and streamers like me are for, to inform you about things going on in Red Dead Online and Grand Theft Auto Online, to entertain you, and also sometimes show you something a little different. Beyond the barrier, beyond the wall of Red Dead Online. So at this point, I was just having fun. I was just running on this low-res sand, having a good time. You know, see how far under the water I could get before it lifted me back up in the horse. So that just looks so cool. That looks so trippy. Right there. I don't know why, but that just looks so cool. But like I said, thank you so much to Rockstar and the development team for making such an awesome game for us. And it is amazing how far the map does go. And I know they don't like it when people come this far and they see all the low-res stuff and they see all this and that. But a lot of us gamers are curious about this kind of thing. A lot of us are. And we like to see it. It doesn't take away from how beautiful this game is and how much we appreciate all the hard work and years and dedication the team at Rockstar all across the world has put into the game. Not at all. If anything, maybe it'll inspire some people watching to want to go into gaming development as well, and you know, seeing some of the little things, the intricacies, the low-res stuff, and how low-res goes from low-res to high-res to looking almost realistic. It's amazing how far video games have come over the past years, decades, all the way back from when my grandfather had me playing on his Intellivision to now playing on PC, Xbox One X, and PS4 Pro. It's been quite the journey when it comes to gaming, how far video games have come. And honestly, absolutely beautiful game. And I am very appreciative that you all are here to watch this with me. And I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed doing it. And, you know, watching through it again with you. I guess it's kind of like a commentary here. My thoughts as I'm just riding around here, trying to head back south. But, yeah, I mean, fantastic game. And if you're new to the channel, you're welcome to subscribe. You may not always see videos like this. Mostly I do live streams and I cover the event weeks. And, of course, whenever the new update drops, the summer update, we'll definitely be streaming that. And, of course, I also cover and stream Grand Theft Auto Online. And I play other games, too, here and there. But I guess most of the channel is Red Dead Online and Grand Theft Auto Online, because I'm a huge Rockstar gamer. So you're welcome to subscribe, join the GeauxBurns Nation. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, and yes, I went into the water here. I got a little too close for comfort. Just a little. Yes, indeed. But once again, check out the playlist that has streams from Kane's streams, Polyan streams, my streams, and check out their channels as well, because they have journeys that Polyan took outside to Mexico, Kane's journey to Canada, as well as my journey to Guarma back in January during the beta, and of course my most recent journey back to Mexico a few days ago. So all that's along with this video in a playlist for you to go watch and enjoy yourself. And I'll try and answer any questions you guys might have below in the comment section, so feel free and leave your questions below for me. And check out Tag's channel as well if you guys want little tips and tricks on how to get over the barrier, so plug to Tag as well. I'll plug all these channels below in the description section. And once again, I really appreciate you guys watching this video with me, sitting back during this commentary. It was long, I apologize for that, but hopefully it was worth 30 minutes of your time to watch this and just have a little peek behind the curtain when it comes to the map of Red Dead Online. Now that my horse is out of stam, it's swimming away, and I'm on my own. Can I make it back? What is going to happen if we swim to the edge of the water if it is as high as it is now? Well, I died.